All right, friends, welcome to our Making an Impact and an Income event. We're glad you're here. And my name is Alyssa Umdahl. I'm really glad to welcome you uh, because the purpose really of this time is to give you a glimpse really into what it is that we do as a team. We're all in different locations in the country, and yet we all work together. And really, I want to introduce you to this team. I'm very proud of this team, especially because over the last 9 months, this whole team has leveled up in their impact and their income working together. And it's a very special dynamic that our team has and that our company has. And I believe that's why we are growing as quickly as we are. So that's why I'm really excited to encourage you and welcome you to this time and just kind of give you a glimpse at what it is that we do. So just to kind of give you an overview of what we're going to do here, I'll share a little bit about Shackley as a company and a little bit of my story. And then I'm going to introduce two of our leaders to you. Both Sarah and Patti are going to share their stories. And so you'll get to hear about what their journey has been like with the products and also the business. And then I'll wrap it up by kind of sharing some of the specials we have. And then I'll stop recording at the end so that you can ask questions if you feel comfortable. And if you don't, or you'd rather talk one-on-one, totally fine too. But just want to let you know that we're doing that. So really what I would say is that unites our team, that makes us unique, is that everyone on our team is a person who wants to live a healthier life. And as you know, living healthy can be like a whole spectrum, right? You've got people that eat all organic and exercise every day. And then you've got people that are just kind of trying to do one small thing, maybe trying to eat one vegetable a day or work out once a week. And our team is all over that spectrum too. And I would say as we've, even for me, as I've started my business, I've grown in my spectrum of becoming more healthy because of the things I've learned through this team. But really, we've all found that Shackley products have been that simple step to help us live a healthier life and move further on that spectrum of living a healthier life and helping our families live healthier lives. And so, what really, like, health is really important right now, like, especially right now with what's going on in the world, right? And even working from home is really popular right now for a very good reason. And so if you were looking for health products or looking to work from home, how do you know what company to choose? I asked myself that same question when I really looked into this business model about 9 years ago. Somebody sat me down and she was with a different company. She was with more of a skincare company. And she talked to me about residual income. And that really resonated with me. I hadn't really ever heard that phrase before, residual income, but it was this idea that every month you're not starting at zero, that the thing that you did once continues to pay off little by little over time. And so she explained, with face wash, she said, if you introduce someone to a face wash and they love the face wash and you just continue to take care of them, they will continue to order that face wash from you every time they run out of it. And I liked that idea. I liked the idea of residual income, being able to work from anywhere, work for myself, work from home, be home with my kids. But like makeup, in my opinion, I like makeup, but makeup wasn't something that was going to change the world. Like I really had just started to feel much more passionate about health and helping people take small steps with health. And so after that conversation, I went to my friend that had a Shackley business and I said, hey, can I start a business with you? And it might sound really simple, like I really quickly made that Shackley decision, but it actually wasn't that quick because I was actually raised on Shackley products. So for me, what made an impact was knowing that if a company had been around since I was a kid, they had to be a legit company if they're still here and still going and still making amazing products. And I knew that I wanted to really just have more for my family. As well as be able to work from home and hear my kids talk while I'm on a call. So we'll see how that goes. So anyway, I went to Shackley. And so really what stood out to me about Shackley in particular, and this is what I want you to note, is that the company of today is the company that it's always been. And so Shackley as a company started in 1956 because of a man named Dr. Shackley. He was a chiropractor that believed that people should be living in harmony with nature. And so many of the products that he started with were not made because, oh, this is popular and people are going to buy it, so we should make it. No, it was made out of conviction because Dr. Shackley thought, man, it's really hard for people to eat all the fruits and vegetables that they need every day. What if I made a supplement so that they could get all the nutrients they need? Which I think is really funny that he thought that even in 1915, right? Like we totally need it now too. But he saw that need even in 1915. And then he went on to actually make the world's first green cleaner because he believed people should be living in harmony with nature. And he went on to make the world's first plant-based protein as a sustainability option. And like the Shackley of today still lives with those same philosophies of people living in harmony with nature. And so the products that they make hold to Dr. Shackley's philosophy. They're beyond organic. They do over 350 tests on every raw ingredient that they get. They do over 100 quality control tests after their products are put together. And then they also like just have the scientific research in mind when they make a product. They want to pair it with other nutrients to make sure it best absorbs in your body. And they even have the scientific research where they test it to make sure in clinical studies that their products actually do what they say that they will do, which in the nutrition world, unfortunately, that's not really out there because FDA doesn't require it. So it could mean that you're getting a supplement that really hasn't been tested because FDA doesn't require it. So, so things like that really have given me confidence to share, because me being able to use the products, I've seen the difference in my family, in my health, and it's given me confidence to know that I can share these products and share them knowing that I won't have to ever apologize to somebody for a weird ingredient or somehow how it messed somebody up, because this is a company that does their research and honestly cares about their people and cares about their good name, that they stick to their core values. And I just love that. So and it's helped me really to build a business because of that integrity. And so when I started 9 years ago, my plan was really just to be home with my kids, but share the products here and there with my family and friends. And that's what I did. And then with time, those family and friends started to refer some people, and I was taking care of those people and helping them, and sharing webinars if I wasn't an expert on something, and like mostly doing this during my kids' nap time, like right now. And it probably was when I was making like maybe $500 or $1,000 a month that I thought, why am I not telling more people about this opportunity? Why am I keeping this to myself and not telling other people how to do it? And so that was really when I started sharing the business side of it, because I thought, if this has been such a blessing to me, why am I not sharing it? And so now that is primarily what I do. I help other people start their businesses and help them be successful, teach them all the things that it's done for me. And because of that, it has come to replace my teaching income, even really more than replace my full-time teaching income, but I get to do it. And I get to watch people grow. And that's really what I love. And that's really why I got into teaching. I love watching people go from not knowing much to becoming masters at the skill and growing in their confidence. And I get to do that now with many of the faces you see here. And really, that's why it brings me great pleasure to introduce some of our speakers today, because I've gotten to watch them grow in their confidence and skills through this business, and also provide for their family at the same time. So, so first I want to introduce Sarah Pollock to you. And I met Sarah through teaching also, and she just has such a great story. So I'm just going to turn it over to you, Sarah, and let you share.
Thank you, Alyssa. It is truly a lot of fun and a big honor to be part of this team. This has been a great community over the last few years. But I'll just share a little bit about how I got started with Shackley, because this wasn't my plan really to have to be self-employed or have a work from home business. This wasn't really part of my plan. I thought, I was a teacher with Alyssa, and I thought I was going to die in the classroom. I was going to be in the reading corner when I was 65, dead from all of my exertion. So I loved teaching. It was a lot of take home work. So once I had kids, I stopped teaching so I could stay home with them. And at the time that I had my first child, I lived in Belgium. And I remember all through pregnancy and afterward, I would get really nauseous and almost short of breath whenever I would clean my bathroom. And I hated using all the cleaners, especially when I was pregnant, all the hormones and everything. So I would make my husband do all the heavy cleaning with all the chemicals. And then after my daughter was born, I thought, well, if I felt that awful while I was cleaning, I don't want her to smell that stuff. And so, um, as we moved back to the States, when she was about a year old, I had to replace all my cleaning supplies anyway, because you're not allowed to ship that stuff. It's flammable and toxic and all that. So I had to start all over for our new house with all new cleaning supplies. And I remember a friend telling me about this cherry pit cleaner scrubber stuff that she used on her tub. And she said her tub had never been so clean. And I was like, well, if I'm going to bathe my baby in my tub, I should have a really clean tub. And so I called Alyssa and I said, hey, do you have any of that cherry pit scrubber stuff? And she did. And in fact, she had a whole bunch of cleaning products that I could completely stock my cleaning cabinet with non toxic cleaners that were safe for my baby and that didn't make me want to throw up whenever I cleaned. So that's how I was introduced to Shackley products. And then from there, I branched out into the vitamins for my kids and for myself. I got pregnant again. I was feeling tired. So I wanted a good multivitamin that was pure and had no other fillers in it. Um, and then I liked it so much during my second pregnancy and when my two children were little. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to probably keep on using these vitamins for a really long time and these cleaning products. So maybe I should just buy them from myself. Maybe I should not just pay someone else to get them. Maybe I should sell them so that I can pay for my own products. And so I approached Alyssa and began a business about 4 years ago. And when I began, I really was a very casual business owner. I wasn't out there knocking on doors or whatever. I was just referring a few people here and there. I wasn't even getting paid every month, but I went at my own pace. And by the time my third child got to be 2 or 3 years old, I realized that this was a real thing that I could do from home, even now that I'm homeschooling, that it's flexible, that it fits in the little pockets of my life. And it also brings me a lot of personal growth. So, besides the financial impact, there's a personal growth factor that I never expected to be part of this type of business. So, that has been really neat to see. And also, like I mentioned before, just the community of this group. These positive ladies that you see here on this call are some of my closest friends, and I love being their business colleague. I love being their friend. I love sharing our ups and downs and cheering each other on. So this is kind of an unexpected part of my life that I'm really glad happened.
I love that. I love the unexpected. I feel the same way. And so you're just such a great addition to this team. And thanks for sharing your whole story, because it really is.
Thank
It
you.
was health and then it was the business, and I just love it. So, or even just starting with cleaners too. So that was great, Sarah. Thank you.
Sure.
And so, yeah, I'll turn it over to Patti now. And so, Patti, I met through our friend Lacey, who's also here actually. And Patti also has a great story about how this business has grown her personally, and she's been able to impact others and her family. And so, yeah, take it away, Patti.
Hello, everyone. Like what Alyssa said, my name is Patti. I am a stay-at-home mom and of two teenage children who are both in high school. And I'm also a wife. So just a little bit of a background on my story. I have a background in, I'd say, health, because I have a degree in occupational therapy, which I used for 5 years working in mental health with a county here in Wisconsin. And I loved my job. And then I got pregnant with our son, our firstborn, and decided I don't really want to work anymore. As much as I love my job, I want to be at home. So we made the decision for me to stay home. And at the time, it was a difficult decision. We weren't like super financially sound. My husband was still, going to school, but it's what we wanted to do. So we made it work at the time. As has gone on, I've been able to stay at home because my husband's job has allowed me to, without, costing us really much of anything. So, and my passion for health and wellness started probably about 10 years ago. I had a cerebral spinal fluid leak in 2010 and was super impacted my life. At that point, I needed to change out my cleaners and do all of those things. And then in 2017, I just had I was probably the fittest I have ever been in my life, but I was probably the sickest I have ever been in my life. Between, chronic pain, fatigue, all kinds of things. I just was tired, and I had watched a friend post and post and post about Shaklee and how it was changing her life and changing her family's life. And I was like, it kind of sounds too good to be true. So I honestly just watched her for a while and watched her post, and then reached out to her and said, okay, tell me about this. I had had enough. I had enough of being tired. I had enough of being in pain. I had enough of, injuries from the workouts I was doing. So she told me about it, and I was like, okay, but I don't think I ordered right away because I was still like, this can't really be as good as she says it is. So then in about 2018, I actually finally placed my first order with Shaklee and really started with their performance line and vitamins. And I probably within a month or two had noticed just from the vitamins themselves that they were making a difference um, in so many of the things that I had been struggling with for years. So at that point, I was like, well, I'm going to keep doing this. I'm just going to keep ordering. And I probably did for about 9 months. And then I approached Lacey and said, hey, I think I maybe could pay for some of my products just by having my own business. I had no intention whatsoever of sharing this business with anybody. I wanted to just pay for my products and, or at least help pay for my products, which it did allow me to when I started my business. And I probably kept it a secret for probably 4 months, didn't really tell anybody about it. And then I couldn't not tell anybody. I felt so amazing. I felt better than I had in years, and was like, I have to tell people about this. How can I not share? And I think my business just grew organically, just from sharing with friends and family. And throughout that, then 2019 is when I started my business. And as I've looked back over it, I think, to be honest, the community, like Sarah said, has been the most important part to me. The group of ladies that we're just able to grow with and encourage, and they love on it, love on each other. That's probably been the most important part of this. The business is amazing. I love sharing health and wellness with people, and I think Shaklee allows that in a way that's important and in a way that's natural, because there's so much junk in our food and our vitamins and our cleaners. I mean, everything that we put on our bodies and in our bodies, almost all of it has chemicals, and Shaklee doesn't. And to be able to share that with people, knowing that it's really truly going to make a difference in their life and in the lives of their family, makes it easy. So that's kind of a brief summary of my story and my time with this team, and just yeah, loving it, loving all of it.
I love it. I love it. And thank you for sharing, Patti. And even just hearing your story about being your, healthiest or skinniest ever. I don't know if that was your word, but yet you're sickest ever too, and feeling the worst you've felt. That's a really powerful story of just how the products worked and how you really just couldn't keep them a secret, even in starting a casual business. And then even what it's become for you, that you've been able to earn your first all expense paid trip with Shaklee. Unfortunately, it happened during COVID, so never mind that now, but Shaklee still made it right. But I mean, your success has been amazing because you authentically believe it and you share it with others. And I love how you serve others. So really that's the gist of what we have to share. But I wanted to wrap up just in saying, you heard about like a lot of different things here. You heard about really cleaners and how it evolved into prenatal vitamins, and even people that were already open to health and looking for a solution to feel better. And then we didn't even mention the skincare, but the chemicals that are out there, and how Shaklee has products that help people. And so this has been such a rewarding business in being able to help people feel better. I love hearing those stories like that from my customers. I know you guys feel the same. And then also to be able to help my family feel better at the same time, and also have that income coming in as well. And so it is such an amazing product opportunity, but really an amazing business opportunity, because everything we do really does help somebody else. So if you're the kind of person that likes to help people, and you also maybe want to get healthier yourself, it never hurts. I think most of us all want that. It really is a perfect fit, in my opinion. And so I want to share with you that this month, in the month of January, there's a really sweet deal where if you place a $150 order with your distributor kit, you get a $50 gift card for a future purchase with Shackley products. And they've never had a special like that before. I love it. So it's worth taking advantage of or asking some questions about it. And I know that we really can't cover all of maybe the questions and the misconceptions. So I want to invite you, if you haven't yet joined our Facebook group called Making an Impact and an Income, I'm going to be posting a video in there soon all about misconceptions. And a dear friend of mine made that video. And it's so good that I highly encourage you to take a listen to it. So overall, I really want to just thank you for your time. Thank you for listening to this. And I'm going to go ahead and just stop recording so that you guys can ask questions. So thanks again for listening.